Hello, welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be, I've started Lisa Johnston's Nail Art Blueprint Foundation Nail Art course. So it's called the Nail Art Blueprint and there's a couple of levels, so currently there's 2 levels in it, and I'm doing the first one, which is Foundation Nail Art Skills, and then I think it's advanced or extended or something. But anyway, so there in the first part, it's broken down into 3 sections. So the first part is line work, the second one is dot work, and then the third one is shapes. And in total, there are 19 different skills to practice in that. So today, I am going to be practicing my line work. So there are 6 skills in this one. So I have prepped 20, and I'll need 19 in total to experiment, just in case something goes wrong. There we go. So I have 6 nail tips prepped here. The colour that is currently on them, and it's the same for all of them that I want to do for this series, is this one's from Nail Nails, and it is nude, and it is, so it's from their nude range, and it is a delicate touch. It's a really nice colour. A little bit darker than my own skin tone. Much darker. I'm not as pale as you look at. But it's a really nice colour. It did come in their starter set. Now there was a lighter one as well, but I thought that was just a little too light. And I am going to try this. I might need to put more nails because I might, try to get experimental. I have got a couple of pinks that I want to try with this. So the first 2 are Dolly Artistic gel paints. We have Magenta Bee and this little piggy, and then the other 2 are Venalisas, and they're 5007 and 5008, and that's from their V1 collection. So that's what I'm going to be using. Now the 6 different skills are vertical lines, yay, all the way down the nail, and I have chosen long nails especially for this. Next then is horizontal nails. Wait and see. Diagonal nails. Gingham check. That should be interesting. I'm really curious about that one. I mean, it's only a mixture of vertical and horizontal, but yeah, I want to. And when I'm doing that one, I am going to mix in a little bit of base coat as well, just to lighten it as well. And the base coat that I'm using, and that I have used on these, so the gingham will definitely be one of the Venalisas, and I'm using the Venalisa base coat as well. Then we've got curved lines and wavy lines. So, yeah, I'm going to do a mixture of the paints and normal gels, and just sort of see which is easiest to work with, what my skills are like. I haven't actually practiced these. I mean, I've done some of them in previous things, but I haven't actually sat down to deliberately, practice any of my line work. I rewatched all the videos last night, so we shall wait and see. It's more of a lilac than a pink. Now this is the only thing I dislike about these do leak. Right. Oh, that one is separated a little bit, and I haven't used them for a while. I did get them last year, but I haven't used them between moving and life. I'm going to just leave the cap of it there, and I'm going to try to use that instead of, same with this one, We have lots of leakage inside. That one also has some separation. Could literally just be because I haven't used them, I haven't opened them. They've been sort of moved around the place a bit, because I did move house as well since I last used these. And then I haven't been doing a lot, so they've just been sort of just sitting there. So yeah, right. What brushes am I going to be using? I am going to be using, I'm getting thing all over them. I should really change my books. Literally just, come on. Actually, do not. No, we're going to change them because that's just moving it around. Let's just clean these off first. That's one clean. That's because they did get a little bit of product on them. When I pick them up with dirty gloves. So, right, new gloves. I'm going to use a full box, but don't properly fit. They're medium and small, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Going to get into good habits. Right, so the brushes that I'm using, that's where I was, are both from Dali, and we have their long liner and their 20mm brushes. So there we go. And I think I'm probably going to use the 20mm, especially to start with these vertical lines. So let's get started. I may just be quiet and put on some music now. And yeah, let's see how we get on. Let's start with some So we have our vertical lines all the way to the edge. There we go. They're not perfect in that, you know, they're not evenly spaced. This one is further over this side than this side. Although I think it kind of slopes a little bit. There's something weird going on with the brush. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's not... You see how at the top there, it's not like spreading out. So yeah, I'm going to see if there's and see if there's anything I can do with that. Back in a moment. Okay, we've had to play around with that, and yeah, it seems to be working a little bit better. One of the things Lisa did recommend is getting a clear silicone mat. So mine are out today. Which was yesterday, no. No, it's Friday, it's Wednesday. Yeah, so last night I was doing my attempt at the Nails Reloaded decals. If you saw that, you saw that. And so one of the things I did afterwards was I ordered a silicone mat from Amazon. And yeah, we'll see how that works. But actually, like, this is going on so nicely. And actually, I can properly coat but you can see how easy it is to practice. And also, like, I could cure it, or I could wipe it down. It's just so easy. Okay, for the next one, I am going to attempt time stamps. Oh my gosh, scary. Actually, better put that one in cure. Oh no, I just flipped it. So let's just touch this one up. Let's put the whole, like, I need to cure them. Okay, so popping that one in for a cure. Okay, and the next one, I'm going to use the long liner because the hard-on ones, and I'm also going to use, let's just put the lid back on that. I'd say what happened was that I got a bit of light. You know what light's like. I'm going to use one of the gels. So I'm going to use the darker one, the Magenta 2D. Come on, check out. There we go. And see how we get on with this. It's much thicker. we have a mixture here. I've done 2 of them with the paint, and then the last one I did with the polish, just to see if that made a difference. I don't know if it's because the paints are a little bit older, but I haven't used them, I haven't mixed them, and you know, there's lots of variability here that could be going on. So I'm going to give them a mix. I'm going to give both pots a mix. But yeah, that's how that one has turned out. Paints are a little bit uneven, but again, like I said, there's a lot of variables where that could be. In that goes, and back around. Okay, so they've both been mixed up. I now have some on the plate as well. Our next one is going to be the diagonal. Now I haven't top coated the ones out. There we go. And I've also put the lids of both of these into the lamp, and I'm just going to peel off anything that has come off, that sort of stuck to the lids. And I'm also going to get rid of these. I don't like these. They seem to create some sort of a pull. Because, let's see, with the white previously, that was constantly, still is a little bit, that was hard to open, but it's not actually as bad as it was. Maybe it's the pots, I don't know, but, yeah, there's like an air pull or something that's doing it. I don't think these are helping. And they're meant to like keep the product in. They're clearly not. So yeah, we're going to okay. There's another here. Oh dear, I nearly just changed the gloves as well because I got so much paint on them from the other things. Anyway, right, we're going to keep going for now. I'm just going to stick them back in completely, and they can cure a couple of times and done. So every time I'm putting something in, they're going to be curing. Right, next one is our diagonal, and I think I'm going to go back to the 20mm. That one was fine. There was no issues with. Actually, no, we'll try this one. And this time, keep this over this side. This time, I think I'm going to go with this one. So this is one of the gel paints. It's going on much nicer than it was trying to just pick it off the lid. So that's, like I said, there was a couple of options. Now, when I'm doing these, I mean, when I was doing the horizontal, I could have flipped it up, you know, to get it the other way. But I'm conscious of the fact that I'm going to be working on real people as well. And I can't just, you know, if I'm working on someone's finger that way, I can't just get them to turn it that way. It's awkward. So, I mean, I probably could, but, you know, we're going to try not to manipulate people. I've done my mum's nails a couple of times, and oh, she is incredibly frustrating because she is not she's not someone who is good at relaxing. And actually, if I'm manipulating people's hands and that, I need them to relax, and not everyone does that very easily. So we're going to you know, see what we can do ourselves. So diagonal. Okay, so what do we do with mixture? So we've the 2 gel paints at the top and the 2 normal gels at the bottom there. And I used both brushes as well, so there was one for each. Just zoom in a bit there for you. Long liner, 20mm, 20mm, long liner. And yes, I used the long liner on the short ones, but that worked. Yeah, they all came out very even. I'm so impressed with that second line. Okay, my finishing needs to be improved. That's how it's looking much better. Let's just finish these off. Just to make sure they're getting all the way to the edge. But I'm really impressed with that one because of how it's so thin. That was done. I wanted to see that. I did deliberately do this one thicker, the next one. I did want to see, you know, because I've done a thick, a thin, a thick, a thin. I'm really impressed because that went on so easily. Okay, let's pop that one in the lamp. And our next one is going to be our gingham check. Okay, so the next one, there we go. Let's zoom you back out again. Okay, so for this one, I do want to mix a little bit with base coat. I think I'm going to go with purple, light purple, the lilac one. So we'll put some base coat down. And it's just to give a more translucent effect so that you have that, like, the build-up colour that you get when you have 2 colours intersecting on a gingham or on a tartan where the threads cross over. So it's a more concentrated, if that makes sense. I know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully you do as well. If not, oh well. A little bit more this and that. I'm going to pick up some of the colours. I'm just wiping this off. I did put some acetone on, but I was like, no, I don't need acetone, I just need to wipe it off. It's all good. And back in we go. Right, let's give this another mix. So this is obviously going to be a mixture of the horizontal and vertical stripes. Let's see how it goes. Oh, this is finished cooking. Just in case I didn't put it on. No, I did. Isn't it gorgeous? There we go, so with 3 of them finished. Right, so this one, I'm definitely going to be using my 20mm. Loading up the brush. Making sure there's plenty on it, but that there's no, like, we don't want that little Okay, so that was fun. I'm definitely less confident with my horizontal lines than I am the vertical ones. Making sure all of these are right to the edge. I did, of course, start off center, which didn't help anything. But I don't know whether or not thinning it out actually helped, or whether using this really, really small amount of the gel paint would have changed that. It looks like it's going to be like very textured, but we'll see. Let's stick that into cure. I did cure the vertical lines before doing the horizontal lines, just because I felt I needed to. That's all there is to it, really. I felt I needed to. There was part of me was like, I am less confident with vertical lines, and there was a part of me that was just like, I mess it up, that's I might have to wipe it all off, and didn't really feel like doing that. So here we are. Right. Next is going to be curved lines. So this one, and let's just finish. Yeah, I can definitely feel the texture of that. So I will need to base coat that. I'm going to base coat it now, actually, just to fill in those gaps. But when I come to top coating it, it will be smoother. However, I also know that some people like texture on their nails. I do. One of my models for my exams also loves texture on her nails, so you know, there is that option as well. Okay, let's go with this one to begin. Okay. So So I cured in between each colour because I was overlapping them. Now the paint clearly is far more pigmented and therefore it covers, the lighter colour is covering the darker one. But with the with the normal gel, that hasn't happened. So I'm going to see if we do a second layer, will that work? And I also want to see if it overlaps on this one here. Okay, so it is covering lighter colour, less so, you can still see it, less so the darker colour compared to the other side. I did also find using my short liner much easier than using the longer brushes. That. I think just because I have more control over it. Okay. And our last one. My gosh. I'm going to try this with the middle brush. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick with the shorter brush for this one. Let's start with the gel paint. Okay, so I want to just finish this one off with a little bit of silver. So this is second place. It is a metallic one, so it doesn't come out very even to begin with, but let's see what happens with it. So, just put a little bit of silver onto that one just to, highlight it, I suppose. Just felt like it needed something. Okay, this brush is not. It's still turning it silvery, and I don't want a silvery brush. So I've just popped it in some acetone just to see if we can clean it up a little bit. There, yeah, it's looking still so violet. Oh my gosh, it's going to drive me insane. How? Like I'm literally and squeeze. And squeeze. Oh, still got. There's a little bit. Right at the root. Right, not that I can do about that. Okay. Don't look too closely. That'll be fine. Right, so let's move that to the side. These are my 6 line patterns practices. The wavy did get more difficult, particularly on this inside curve where it kept getting smaller. That became more challenging as I went on. The curved line, which I then filled in, definitely if I'm overlapping paint, and the short liner. This one, I just love this purple. Magenta, isn't it? But it's just so crisp. It's just perfect. I'm happy with that. I'm actually quite impressed. So it's taken me an hour. Not including during times. But that's 2 6 nails, so it's not bad. And also, I was trying to figure things out and, you know, all that jazz. So, let's top coat. Line top coat. And top coat. And stick them in for a final cure while I tidy up. And I am planning on doing like a little book. Now, I'm going to have to redo the nails because these ones are not going to fit into it. But I'm planning on doing a book with, see, like, you know those? I have it. I'll show it to you. That'll be easier. Well, this is securing. No, I'm going to tidy up first. Otherwise, I get distracted and forget to do things. I'm saying top coat, there's no base coat to even it out. Let's pop those in for cure. Oh, 60 seconds and let's tidy it. we have 6, if I do say so myself, gorgeous different nail designs. I know, like, these types of stripes, very popular this time of year, like beach patterns. These candy canes, oh my gosh, candy canes. Gingham tartans, just useful to know, and also Christmas. And again, these sort of abstract ones, these are like things that I will use all the time. So the next set that I'm going to be doing is dots. So I presume my dotting tools are going to be getting lots of work. So yeah, there we go. Loving it. So what I was saying, right, so I have this book. It has tips in it, and yeah, I want to do like a little design book where I can showcase designs that are easy to do, that, you know, clients can come in and pick from 160 different types of nail designs that I can do. So I will have to recreate these again, or similar ones, on these. So yeah, might do a video of it, might not. We'll see. Anyway, for now, this is what we have. Very happy with these. Very impressed, actually, with, because I didn't actually practice these. I just went for it. And actually, based on the tips that Lisa gave in the course, it was actually really easy to do. So definitely, if you are struggling with nail art, if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm not very good at this, I like my lines straight, have a look at the course. So it's the nail art blueprint. Your blueprint being, you know, your basics, your foundations before you put in the foundations. This is what it's going to look like, and this is how we're going to do it. And this is from the foundations course within that. So I've really enjoyed this. I found it really, really interesting to actually know. Actually, yeah, you know, I can do this. I can do this. My nail art is not as terrible as I thought it would be. My ability to draw straight lines is far better than I gave myself credit for. So, there we go. Little close-up of them again. And actually, now that silver looks like it's been there all the time. That, you know, wasn't put in between them afterwards. The middle line. Rightio. Tomorrow will be the dots, and then Sunday, the day after, assuming this was a Friday, which it should, will be shapes, basic shapes, so things like flowers and stuff like that. But yeah, so hopefully I will see you then, and yeah, see you soon. Bye!